The Draken warriors, known throughout the galaxy for their unmatched combat skills and superior technology, prepare to invade Earth with unwavering confidence. Their ships, bristling with advanced weaponry and shields, shimmer as they glide through the cold expanse of space. Every warrior stands tall, their armor gleaming, reflecting their countless victories over other worlds. The Drakens have never met a species capable of resisting them, and as they set their sights on Earth, they expect nothing less than another swift and easy conquest. Earth appears primitive in their eyes, a mere speck of dust in the vast galaxy, with no signs of advanced defenses that could pose a threat to their might. Upon entering Earth's orbit, the Drakens commence their standard procedure. Their ships descend into the planet's atmosphere, and scouting drones are deployed to gather intelligence. The initial scans reveal a world teeming with life, but none of it seems to hold any significant technological prowess. The Draken leader, seated on his command throne, watches the holographic displays with a smirk. The reports show vast expanses of wilderness, small clusters of human settlements, and nothing that could challenge their forces. Confident in their superiority, the Draken warriors receive the command to begin the invasion. They descend upon Earth in waves, their ships touching down in various regions, each group of warriors eager to claim victory. The first wave of the invasion is swift and decisive. The Drakens deploy in dense forests, sprawling savannas, and remote mountain ranges, expecting minimal resistance. As they advance, they are met with silence, a stark contrast to the chaos they usually unleash. But this silence is not a sign of fear, it is the calm before the storm. Unbeknownst to the Drakens, they have entered the territories of Earth's most formidable predators, the big cats. These creatures, guardians of their domains, sense the intruders and move silently through the underbrush, their eyes gleaming with primal intelligence. Lions, tigers, and panthers, creatures of power and grace, begin to close in on the invaders. The Drakens are suddenly ambushed by the big cats, their ferocity and speed taking the warriors by surprise. The Drakens' energy weapons, designed to take down armored foes, seem almost sluggish against the cat's lightning-fast movements. A lion leaps from a rock, its roar echoing through the valley, knocking a Draken to the ground before he can even react. Tigers, their stripes blending seamlessly with the shadows, pounce with deadly precision, their claws raking through advanced armor as if it were paper. Panthers, almost invisible in the dark, strike from behind, their jaws clamping down on the throats of the warriors. The Drakens, trained for war, find themselves overwhelmed by the sheer primal force of the cats. Panic begins to spread among the ranks as they struggle to fend off the relentless assault. The warriors, who have never known fear, now experience it for the first time as they face an enemy that cannot be outmaneuvered or easily defeated. The Draken leader, receiving the reports from the battlefield, is stunned. He had expected an easy victory, but now his warriors are falling to creatures that should have been no match for their technology. The leader's disbelief quickly turns to anger as he tries to comprehend the situation. How could these primitive animals pose such a threat? What had they underestimated? The Drakens regroup, determined to crush this unexpected resistance, but deep down, a seed of doubt has been planted. Earth, it seems, is not the weak and defenseless world they had assumed it to be. The stage is set for a confrontation unlike any the Drakens have ever faced, and they are beginning to realize that their conquest of Earth will not be as straightforward as they had believed. The Draken leader, having received unsettling reports from the battlefield, realizes that Earth's big cats are not mere wild animals. The detailed accounts from his surviving warriors paint a picture of creatures with deadly precision, unmatched speed, and an uncanny ability to anticipate their moves. The leader, recognizing the severity of the situation, orders his forces to shift their approach. No longer viewing the big cats as a minor nuisance, he commands a full-scale hunt, determined to eliminate these predators before they can inflict further damage. The Drakens, masters of technology and warfare, mobilize their forces with a clear directive: hunt down and destroy the threat with extreme prejudice. The big cats, however, are far from ordinary adversaries. As the Drakens begin their hunt, they quickly realize that these predators are coordinating their attacks in ways that defy explanation. The cats move with military precision, as if guided by an unseen hand. Unbeknownst to the Drakons, the cats are communicating telepathically, sharing information in real time and coordinating their movements to perfection. This newfound strategy confounds the Drakons, who are used to facing enemies that rely on brute force or simple tactics. The big cats, however, strike from the shadows, ambushing small groups of Drakons and then vanishing before reinforcements can arrive. Each encounter leaves the Drakons more frustrated and paranoid, as they are forced to fight an enemy that is always one step ahead. Despite their advanced technology and superior numbers, the Drakons find themselves playing a deadly game of cat and mouse. The big cats use their intimate knowledge of the terrain to their advantage, luring the Drakons into traps and then striking with lethal efficiency. The Drakons attempt various tactics to flush the cats out, using drones to scout the area, setting up ambushes of their own, and deploying specialized weaponry designed to neutralize fast-moving targets. But the big cats adapt quickly, evading each new tactic and turning the Drakons' own strategies against them. The jungle, once just a battleground, becomes a nightmare for the Drakons, as every shadow, every rustle in the leaves, could signal another attack. Tension builds among the Drakon forces, and fear begins to take hold, a foreign emotion to warriors who have always been the hunters, never the hunted. The situation reaches a breaking point when a particularly brutal ambush decimates one of the Drakons' most elite units. The big cats strike with unparalleled ferocity, targeting key members of the unit and tearing through their defenses with ease. The Drakons, caught off guard and outmaneuvered, suffer heavy losses. Survivors of the attack return to the leader, battered and demoralized, their confidence shattered. This defeat sends shockwaves through the ranks, as even the most seasoned warriors begin to question their superiority. The psychological toll is immense, as the Drakons grapple with the realization that they are facing an enemy that cannot be easily defeated. In the aftermath of the ambush, the Drakon leader begins to suspect that these big cats may be more than just enhanced predators. The reports from the field, combined with the cat's seemingly preternatural abilities, suggest that there is something deeper at play. The leader, sensing that a change in tactics is needed, orders a temporary retreat to reassess their strategy. This decision marks a pivotal moment in the conflict, as the Drakons, for the first time, acknowledge the possibility that they may not be in control of this battle. The power dynamic has shifted, and the Drakons must now adapt to survive in a fight they never anticipated. As the Drakons regroup and reassess their strategy, their scouts venture deeper into the uncharted jungles of Earth, driven by a desire to uncover the secrets behind the big cat's extraordinary abilities. It is during one of these missions that they stumble upon something unexpected: ancient ruins hidden beneath the dense foliage. The structures are massive, covered in vines and moss, yet unmistakably artificial. The scouts enter cautiously, their weapons at the ready, and what they find inside shocks them. The ruins are filled with remnants of advanced technology, far beyond anything they had encountered on Earth so far. Among the decayed machines and faded inscriptions, they discover data logs and holographic records that hint at the true nature of the big cats. As the Drakons delve deeper into the ruins, they uncover a chamber that houses a hidden, ancient power source. The energy emanating from it is immense, and its purpose is unclear at first. However, the Drakons quickly realize that this power source is not just any relic of the past. It is something that could potentially shift the balance of power in the galaxy. It becomes evident that the big cats are not just ordinary animals. They are the guardians of this ancient technology. The power source is the key to their enhanced abilities, and it is what they have been protecting all along. The Drakons, now understanding the stakes, know that control over this power could mean unimaginable power for their people. The Drakon leader, piecing together the clues from the ruins, begins to understand the true nature of the big cats. The holographic records show that these animals were not merely the result of natural evolution, they were designed, enhanced through advanced human bioengineering. The ancient humans, it seems, had foreseen the need for guardians to protect something as valuable as the power source, and they had chosen the big cats for this purpose. The telepathic communication, the enhanced physical abilities, the strategic thinking, all of these were deliberately engineered traits, making the cats perfect protectors. The leader realizes that the big cat's attacks were not random. They were executing a defense strategy to safeguard the power source, a strategy that had been embedded into their very being by their creators. As the Drakons try to comprehend the implications of this discovery, they encounter a lone human scientist, one who has been living in seclusion near the ruins. This scientist, a renegade from the scientific community, has devoted his life to studying the big cats and the ancient technology. He reveals to the Drakons the full extent of the enhancements the cats possess. The scientist explains that the big cats were created as the ultimate defense mechanism, capable of both physical and mental combat, with the power source amplifying their abilities beyond normal limits. He also warns the Drakons of the consequences of trying to exploit this power. Doing so would not only unleash the full wrath of the big cats, but could also trigger a chain reaction that might destroy the very fabric of their civilization. Faced with this knowledge, the Drakon leader finds himself at a crossroads. Capturing the power source could bring unimaginable strength to his people, but the cost might be too high. The losses his warriors have already suffered, combined with the risks involved in trying to control such a powerful force, weigh heavily on his mind. Retreating would mean admitting defeat, something the Drakons have never done, but continuing the fight could lead to their destruction. This dilemma sets the stage for the final chapters of their conflict, where the line between victory and annihilation becomes increasingly blurred. The human scientist, aware of the Drakon leader's dilemma, steps forward with an unexpected proposal. He suggests an alliance, offering his extensive knowledge of the big cats and the ancient power source in exchange for the Drakons' protection. The scientist argues that neither side can afford to let the power source fall into the wrong hands, whether those hands belong to the Drakons, a rival faction, or another alien race. He believes that by working together, they can protect the power source and prevent it from being used for destructive purposes. The Drakon leader, though skeptical, recognizes the wisdom in the scientist's words. The decision to form an alliance is not made lightly, but it is a necessary step if they are to survive the coming conflict. As the alliance forms, the cooperation between the Drakons and the scientist is tense and fraught with mistrust. The Drakons, conditioned by their past experiences and superiority complex, find it difficult to accept guidance from a human, especially one who has been living in isolation. They are wary of his intentions, constantly questioning his motives and the reliability of his information. The scientist, for his part, is aware of the Drakon's skepticism but remains steadfast in his resolve. He understands the gravity of the situation and the need for unity, even if it means working alongside those who once sought to conquer his planet. Despite the unease, the scientist begins to train the Drakons on how to fully unleash the big cat's potential. He demonstrates the hidden abilities that have not yet been activated, revealing the true extent of the big cat's power. The cats are not just formidable predators, they are living weapons, capable of feats that defy imagination. The scientist explains that these abilities were designed to be triggered under specific conditions, and with the right knowledge, they can be harnessed to their fullest extent. The Drakons, initially dismissive, gradually start to see the value in the scientist's expertise. They assist in the training, learning to respect the big cats not just as animals, but as powerful allies with a crucial role in the coming battle. The process of training the big cats is intense and demanding. The Drakons, accustomed to being the dominant force, find themselves humbled by the sheer power and intelligence of these creatures. The cats respond to the training with a level of understanding that surprises even the most hardened Drakon warriors. They witness the cats' telepathic communication in action, their ability to coordinate complex strategies, and their extraordinary physical prowess. Slowly, a sense of respect grows within the Drakon ranks. They begin to understand that the big cats are not mere tools but partners in the fight to protect the power source. This realization marks a significant shift in the Drakons' attitude, as they come to appreciate the value of the alliance. As the final confrontation approaches, the Drakon leader and the scientist work together to prepare for the impending threat. They know that time is running out and that their enemies are closing in. The scientist provides vital information on the potential adversaries they might face, whether it be a rival Drakon faction seeking to claim the power source for themselves or another alien race drawn by the energy signatures detected from space. The Drakons, now fully committed to the alliance, begin fortifying their defenses and devising strategies that leverage both their technological prowess and the big cat's enhanced abilities. The preparations are intense, with both sides fully aware that the outcome of the battle will determine the future of the power source, and possibly the galaxy. The enemy arrives with a force that exceeds expectations. Whether it's a rival Draken faction or another alien race, their ships darken the sky, bristling with weapons and intent on claiming the ancient power source for themselves. Their determination is palpable, driven by the knowledge of what control over such power could mean. The Drakens, the scientist, and the big cats prepare for the onslaught, knowing this is the battle that will decide everything. As the enemy descends, it's clear they are well armed and prepared for a fierce fight, ready to overwhelm any resistance to seize their prize. The battle begins with a ferocity that shakes the very ground. The big cats, fully unleashed and displaying the full range of their enhancements, are the first to engage the invaders. They move with speed and precision, striking with a coordinated force that takes the enemy by surprise. The Drakens, now working seamlessly with the scientist, use their advanced technology to support the cats, creating barriers, deploying drones, and providing tactical intelligence that keeps the invaders at bay. The battlefield is a chaotic mix of raw power and calculated strategy, with every moment critical. The invaders, though formidable, struggle to gain ground against the combined might of the big cats and their allies. Just as it seems the invaders might turn the tide, the big cats reveal their true power, an overwhelming force directly connected to the ancient power source they have been guarding. This power, long dormant, is unleashed in a blinding surge of energy that decimates the enemy ranks. The invaders' ships falter, their weapons fail, and their forces are thrown into disarray. The big cats, now more than mere predators, become the embodiment of the ancient technology they were designed to protect. This ultimate ability, a fusion of primal strength and advanced energy manipulation, turns the battle decisively in favor of the defenders. The enemy, once so confident, is reduced to fleeing survivors, their ambition shattered. In the aftermath of the battle, victory is clear, but the cost has been high. The Drakens and their allies stand amidst the wreckage, battered but triumphant. The Draken leader surveys the scene, reflecting on the journey that brought them to this point. He realizes that Earth, once seen as a simple conquest, is far more complex and powerful than he ever imagined. The alliance with the scientist has proven invaluable, and the Drakens leave Earth not as conquerors but as allies who have gained a new respect for this seemingly unassuming planet. The leader knows that this experience will shape the future of his people, teaching them the value of cooperation and the dangers of underestimation. As the Draken ships lift off, the leader takes one last look at Earth from space, contemplating the lessons learned and the path forward for his people. The big cats, having fulfilled their role, return to their natural habitat, guardians of the ancient power source once more. The story ends with a sense of closure and new beginnings, as the Drakens and the scientists go their separate ways, each changed by the events that transpired on Earth. The balance of power in the galaxy remains intact, but the knowledge of what lies hidden on Earth will resonate for years to come.